Over 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. Be sure to hit that button if you haven't already. Singapore Airlines, to many, wouldn't just be described as an airline, but an essential part of the culture and also country of Singapore. SIA, for short, launched in 1972 and has since become a global airline with destinations in every corner. A fantastic fleet must be offered to form this expansive network I speak of, and Singapore Airlines certainly has quite the comprehensive one. Over the years, aircraft have come and gone, and now the fleet has undoubtedly been taken over by the next generation of aircraft, which will continue well into the future. From quad-engined planes to efficient twin-engine wide-bodies, all the aircraft that Singapore Airlines has to its name serve a different purpose within their day-to-day operation, therefore making it a well-oiled machine. Let's begin proceedings with the A350. This aircraft type is truly a leading choice for the airline. They're one of the largest A350 operators around the world, with a total of 63 A350-900s. Interestingly, the airline does not fly the high-capacity A350-1000 variant, but still these 63 all perform different tasks, depending on the configuration that they are equipped in. These A350s only average an age of 4.9 years, and I'd argue the notable addition of the A350-ULR has aided the company in allowing it to offer several types of missions that it wouldn't possibly be able to do profitably in this day and age without the plane. These routes typically stretch across ultra-long-haul distances, including as far as Singapore to Newark, the world's longest flight, only soon to be outdone by Qantas with their own Project Sunrise. Sticking with Airbus wide-bodies but going even bigger than the A350, it's, you guessed it, the A380. Singapore was the launch operator for the type, taking delivery of the first unit after some delays towards the end of the 2000s. At the moment, they have 13 to their name, with 9 listed as in service, 3 being parked. The double-decker nature of these A380s, with an average age of only 10 years following the oldest aircraft being removed, allows the company to, yes, keep its fleet young where possible, but also deploy the high capacity towards locations that are deemed to be in demand, and also airports that may have slot restrictions associated, where they can't, say, fly 5 daily flights, but could deploy an A380. Singapore remains one of the few airlines flying this type in sheer numbers, especially in Asia. You'd argue excluding a handful of other operators such as Korean and Asiana, which are actually 2 airlines looking to come together in a merger. Several operators of the A380 in the region actually retired their aircraft during the pandemic. Now, this was for one reason or many others. This could include China Southern, Thai Airways, and Malaysia Airlines. The A380s, at least for Singapore, have helped them set new standards in the type of cabin product that they offer. In higher classes, it is ultimately an aircraft that is adored by those who fly aboard it, and your apartment-styled rooms certainly make headlines wherever you go. While Singapore Airlines primarily focuses on, yes, long-haul flights, it has also paid attention to the short-haul market, which has primarily come thanks to the integration of Silk Air. The Boeing 737 series, specifically the Dash 800, is part of their regional operations, if you will. Known for reliability and, back in the day, efficiency, the aircraft can be seen across quicker routes in Asia, which does enable connection from Singapore to destinations that may not be adequately served by wide-bodies. Additionally, Singapore also flies the MAX. Coming over from Silk Air, there are 16 737-8s to its name, which average an age of 4.6 years. When basing it off that average age, the MAX is one of the youngest fleet types in the operation that it has. Sticking with Boeing, the 777 is one of the most renowned wide-bodies the company has flown for years. If I'm basing it strictly off a type that they've had so many units of but retired, well, ignoring the 747, the 777 is one of the most important. But now, as the company slowly but surely transitions to the next era of travel, only 28 777s remain. 23 of those are listed as being inactive, and they've been consolidated to either the 777-300ER or 777F for freighter services. The Dash 300ERs average an age of 13.8 years, so while they're certainly getting on, they are by no means that old yet. In the future, for lovers of the Boeing 777, well, you'll be very pleased to know that the series is not going anywhere anytime soon. While we will eventually have to say goodbye to these 777-300ERs, they will make way for the upcoming 777X. This is Boeing's next iteration of the popular series and slated to hopefully enter service pending approval from the Federal Aviation Administration in 2025. The hope is that this aircraft will be hugely important for decades to come and enhance the airline's fleet with maximum efficiency. However, like most customers, long delays have meant that the carrier has had to plan around them to potentially maybe retain other aircraft it would have ideally got rid of if they could have acquired the 777X on time. Just to rejig your memory in case you may have forgotten, Boeing had initially believed the 777X would fly in 2020. That is a 5-year delay. But don't worry, this isn't abnormal. While the situation around the plane maker has certainly meant that the 777X has attracted more negative attention, it is certainly not out of the ordinary for a new aircraft to encounter delays in obtaining its certification and approval, although these may be perceived to some as being a bit of an extension on what should have happened. Adding to its long-haul capabilities, Singapore Airlines also operates the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It's actually one of the few airlines that has strictly selected only the 787-10 thus far, and these are the youngest fleet type if we're taking a look at the average age, with 22 aircraft also now present. One of those, though, is being parked. The Dreamliner really did pioneer efficient travel and redefined what it meant to fly long-haul flights while also being profitable and not needing 4 engines or a double deck. It has been a hit wherever it's gone, and the multiple variants offered by the American plane maker has given customers more selection in what they need, whether it is a high-capacity variant, a long-range option, or something in between. Now, in addition to the passenger fleet, which we know is hugely important, Singapore Airlines also has a robust cargo division, which features 747 freighters. Most notably, these can be seen in corners right around the world, with also 777Fs. In the future, the airline will acquire the A350. This is part of the next-generation freighter fleet that we will see enter the market in the coming years. As a result of the introduction of these A350 freighters, they will say goodbye to the 747-400F, which is unfortunate from an aviation enthusiast's perspective, as we once more say goodbye to another 747 and move towards your efficient twin-engined aircraft. But ultimately, as one era ends, another one begins, and if this aircraft is going to provide Singapore with all the adequate performance metrics they desire, well, then it's hard to complain. That is going to conclude today's analysis on Singapore Airlines. If you would like to see me cover other airlines fleets and general day-to-day operations, let me know down below in the comments. Thanks a lot for your support, please take care, do also be safe, and I will see you next time.